Good morning. Demolition has begun. We've sold the slates on the roof. Slaters have been and started taking down this section. These are all the duff ones that are no use. They've done one side of the roof here, another side there. It has begun. It's going to be a mega change here. All this going, gone. Right, AP bearings. We've got a new end on that pipe that's not leaking. Well, in theory not leaking. We'll find out when we get back. Perfect timing to get back. Wheat lorry's just pulled up. Stour yard for once. Sheet's getting unrolled. We'll get it loaded up. Kev's just moving a load of wood chip, tipping it up so we can load it into the hopper. We're having a wee bit of a clean up in here, a red up. We've got an SQC inspection coming. We'll get the wood chip dumped in there. I've got another 3 buckets and that's it, full. The wood chips for our biomass boiler, so that heats the whole farm shop and the farmhouse and various bits and bobs offices. The boys give me his reader. I'm looking for 29.4. That's what I'm aiming for. Another lorry away, a G&A Duncan. We've not had a lorry leaderboard for a while. G&A Duncan, nae sweeping. Chat, I was fine chat, nothing fancy, we'll give him a 6. Faff, no faff, 10. Driving, 8, nothing fancy needed. 24. Another one on the leaderboard, G&A Duncan. If he was sweeping, it'd be up there. You're automatically losing like 5-6 points. So we've still got A and J done at the top with 33. Who's dead last? 18, the French lorry. There was another haulage company that's done. There's another lorry company that I've not put on here that was loading out quite a few loads of barley to them. And I didn't put them on here because they were all going to get duff scores. And I didn't want to hammer them at the bottom of the leaderboard. I'm only scoring like decent to good lorry drivers. The real duffers, I'm not scoring on here because I don't want to blast them on the internet saying, oh, they're duff. Just having a red up of fert bags, seed bags, sweeping up the shed, clearing out the wood chip. We'll get rid of that. We can push that wheat back, push this soya and minerals round to squeeze that further up. This will clear all that space. There's a pile of soya there. We can make that all into one heap. Kev's just emptied that trailer so it can go probably along the road to yard 2 into the machinery shed. There's a wee pile of oats to red up. They'll be getting fed to the cattle slowly and the calves in the creek feeder. There's another pile of oats. That's seed oats. There's not enough for them to come and collect it, so don't know what we'll do with that yet. That is a pile of seed barley. Dodd Seed, who we sell all our seed to, they were wanting about 300 tonne, but we were needing to put in about 500 tonne worth in the ground of spring barley. So we just grew it all as seed and they took as much as they needed and the rest we'll just use as malting or as feed or whatever. Slightly more expensive to grow, but it's all treated the same, it all gets sprayed the same, it all uses the same seed. It was a bit easier to deal with at the beginning. Dunk's been out doing a bit of topping, just clearing the place up. Dunk's semi-retired, does a bit of disking, drives the combine, and this time of year he comes out every couple of weeks and just goes round with a topper, tidies up the place. It suits him, he can pick and choose his days, we don't mind when he pops out. It suits him, it suits us. I've got another couple of bits to cut out here in the rye, and I'm just chopping any regrowth as well on the path. If you haven't seen, this is a rye field cut into the shape of Doddy Weir playing rugby to raise a few quid for My Name's Doddy. Here's a couple of images. If you live relatively locally or you want to make the trip, we'll be open till roughly start of August. This is one bit I stupidly left till it was this height to cut it. So I'm running it down at the moment and hopefully the mower will deal with it. There's a lot of matter to chop, heavy going on the lawnmower. How do you hit that post? Straight line. Right, we can get this pipe back on because hopefully we'll get some spraying done tomorrow. Shouldn't take too long. Just need to reroute it, put both ends on, and hopefully it's still long enough. Because obviously to put a new fitting on, they have to chop the pipe a wee bit smaller. Right, we're getting there. I've got half the kind of clips that hold the pipes on. I'm trying to put it on slightly tighter than it came off, so that when I get to the end at this side, I've got a wee bit more slack to play with, because I'm going to need it. One more of these. Right, rerouted it back to where it used to live. It used to come in from that direction, go down and up and in there, but it's not long enough, so I've come over the top there. It should be alright like that, don't see why not. I'll unfold it and hopefully an oil line doesn't go bang. Kev's just checking if anything's leaking, but seems to be alright. I've managed to get it folded right the way out without wiping out the defender. The oil line that I replaced is responsible for folding out the outer section there of the boom. So I'm just cycling it back and forward and seeing if anything leaks. Guess what I ran over? Just rerouted this slightly the wrong way. It's meant to come up between those two pipes rather than outside that one, so we'll just move it to inside. But it's a wee bit tight when it's folded out. Right, that's plenty. Cheerio. Two worlds collide. I'm getting a few comments about where's Baxter, where's Baxter? Well, Baxter's all good. Baxter's kind of more my mum's dog. So you'll see him again once Betty here has had one more jag, because they're not meant to meet yet. Betty's telling you to go and click the thumbs up button down in, I think it's in that corner, and the subscribe button. So Betty's asking, so you best do it. Hey Betty. Well, Betty, on you go. Betty's not really meant to see other dogs. On you go. Hey. On you go. On you go, Betty. Poor Baxter, he's got his nose out of joint. Oh, poor Max. Poor Doug. This pruning bench that we use at the sunflowers, what we're doing for the rye field, because it's a donations to My Name's Doddy, we're accepting cash. We're going to build in a donation box into the box here. Joiner's out doing other stuff, so we're getting him to chuck a wee box into there for donations, which is ideal. Baxter just, it seems massive now. I never thought he was that big, and then you get another dog that's smaller and bang, he's a monster. Hey boy, hey boy, he's a good lad. Sit. Get out of there. It's so good. How light is this? It's 10:30 at the moment. I'm just coming out here to fill up this IBC because there's a jetter coming in the morning, because we've got a block septic line. So they're going to jet it from the bottom up the way. Clear that out. I'm just making sure there's 1-2 IBCs ready for them. Good morning. We have got G&A, their contractors. We got in contact with them because they have a jetter. So they are currently going down to where the inlet is that I dug up with a digger to jet up that septic line that we're at. Maybe a video ago, 2 videos ago. Calves are starting to motor a little bit in terms of grub. It's in a way. I've got some electrical wire as a rope. This is the workbench that was in this workshop, which is all getting cleared out and demolished. Kind of this section's fine enough for plants. We need to retimber the top of this bit because there's been moisture falling down through the holes in the roof. Straight through there. We'll get 5 new bits, and that'll be a good long bench for outside the farm shop for plants. Steady, steady. This windscreen could do with a clean. We're on. Looking a bit worse for wear this side. We've got a couple of arrows to put out at the rye field. It's going to be a bit of an effort putting a fence post in at the moment, with the ground being bone dry. It's amazing stuff, this rye. The height of it, yeah, it still stays upright. There's not a whole lot of surface area for moisture to sit on and add weight to, so I think that probably helps it not cowp over. It's not had any growth reg, but it's not had a full dose of nitrogen that you do for a commercial crop to get the actual matter out of it. But it's springy stuff, sturdy. Wow, the ground is solid. Wee arrow, this is the start path. The end path is just over there. Don't want people to get confused. Smash it. Next bit that's needing a sign. So this is Doddy's fingers. 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, a few more fingers. That's the rugby ball out there that he's trying to catch. It's almost needing recut again. There's a bit of regrowth in there. You come down here and you're meant to go that way down the back, not that way. That's just some detail in the drawing down there. So I'll put a wee arrow here forcing people to go that way and hopefully not that way. This was the one bit in the drawing that I didn't know where it would come out very well once I'd mowed it in the field, the fingers, because that's basically the width of the mower, and yeah, it just, I wasn't sure it was going to come out quite well, but ended up quite good. I don't want to hammer them too far in because I need to get them out again before we put a combine through all this. Anyone who's cut rye before, what's it like through a combine? Because obviously it's really tall, there's a lot of matter to get through the combine. Yeah, I don't know, I need to figure out the ration to feed this to cows. That'll get rid of it. I've got a bag of hen feed here. That back's chewed through, so I'm just putting it back into the hen feeders here so it doesn't get wasted. Here's the hens, settling in just lovely. Probably not far off of full production, I'm not sure exactly yet. There's 2,350 birds in here, and of that you'll probably get 1,900 eggs, maybe 2,000. That's per day. Nice big birds. The fibre optic that's been going in just a month or two ago, they were putting in the lines into the fields, it's getting plugged in today. It's kind of made the journey, slowly getting into more and more pieces. Not looking the best in it, this table. Right, that's plenty.
I was just a nipper upon my father's knee. He gave a word of warning about how things might be.
Well, he told me of the ladies and the things that the ladies do.
And warned me of their antics could make a fella blue.
He said some girls have expensive tastes while other girls are cheap. But
The worst ones are the ones who rake your pockets while you sleep. They leave neglected. They rake your pockets while you sleep.
Cheerio.